Moog says hi. Moog says hi. Moog says hi. He's a fat chunky.
I did want to add that having other like co-existing or kind of like mental illnesses that coincide with each other besides borderline is fairly common, and borderline is one of the most common mental illnesses on the serious scale, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. And also, borderline personality disorder can be, you can't ever really get rid of a quote unquote mental illness, or you can't ever quote unquote get rid of a mental illness, but you can manage it and treat it, and it's one of the most treatable ones. And so don't ever try to discourage yourself or make yourself feel less or ashamed of what you have. And don't give up. It's okay if you falter, take breaks, have to start again or take baby steps, whatever, it happens to the best of us, But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. And yes, other mental illnesses that you could have, like PTSD, derealization, it all kind of stems from the same thing, but it can be scary, especially to quote unquote normies. But don't let that, make you feel any lesser. And just know you're not alone. Don't feel ashamed. You're extremely strong, and you'll get through it, and I just want y'all to know that, and just to persevere, really. And like I said, it can be scary, and just try not to judge yourself too harshly. It's like I said, it happens to the best of it. It can happen to anyone. So for someone to judge you, it's on them. It's not on you, because like I said, this could happen to anyone. Like I've known people who they never expected to have something and end up having it. I've heard of lawyers having, like one of my exes knew a guy who was a lawyer, and he became homeless, and he had a very severe mental illness, schizophrenia, I believe. I knew, what else? We know about Winona Ryder. She had kleptomania. She had no reason to, quote unquote, steal stuff, right? But she did, because there's a lot more to it than that. It's not so black and white. And we need to have like a mindset of, not being so harshly criticizing of others. I just wanted to mention all this in here, because I'm sure there'll be people like, not necessarily, I'm not worried about people criticizing me necessarily, but I don't want you to feel ashamed. I actually want you to feel like less alone. That's why I'm kind of mentioning it as well, that yes, I have dealt with things like that as well. I was told that the depersonalization, derealization stems from PTSD. So just know if you deal with that, maybe you should. Sometimes it may feel like that. And there may be times that you go through it a lot and you are like, man, when does it stop? I just want to add this too. But just know that, it does get better. Like I said, baby steps, don't overwhelm yourself. Know you're not alone, and it can happen to anyone. Even the strongest, mightiest people, it happens to anyone. It doesn't pick and choose, who it happens to. And just know that It may seem scary in the moment. It's not forever, and many people come through it. It's not forever. You'll get through the moment, especially with grounding techniques, and it's very important to have a good support system, and understanding one. And I've been lucky with that, in my life. People have come and go, and now the people in my life are I know that, they're a good, sturdy support system, and they're understanding, and, we're there for each other kind of thing. So that's also very important to have. And, just do your due diligence. All you can do is really try, and sometimes it's a never-ending thing, but it really should be a never-ending thing for everybody, no matter if you're quote-unquote normal or not. You should always strive to be a better person, and it's a never-ending trying to learn to be a better person. There's always new things on the horizon to better yourself, so it should be a never-ending process for everyone.
12 miles out tomorrow. She fine, yeah. She fine, yeah. She fine.